Hey everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're here to try and educate, help you guys make better decisions. My name's Patrick. Today we are covering another controversial topic, puts. So we conveniently called this brokers like puts and so should you. And I want to get this disclaimer right out of the way. Brokers, advisors, maybe your elevator, they all earn commissions on puts. So we got that out of the way. That's right in front of us, front and center. We can all agree on this. Now that that's out of the way, I hope you can be open-minded as we go forward as to why we like puts. Fixed risk, you pay your premium. There's no margin calls. You pay the initial margin. You move on. Easier to project revenue. We'll get into that a little bit. Should give you some less worry about production. You're not obligated to deliver these bushels anywhere that you protect with a put. And then it gives you flexibility. The market goes up, you can sell into rallies. Again, if you don't have production, you don't have to worry about delivering the bushels. Our whole point here is it should give you a little bit less stress. We're trying to reduce variables when we use puts. So projecting revenue, super easy. Your premium's 50 cents. Excuse me, let me start from the top. Just let's use a corn put. $6 strike. Your premium's 50 cents. You're going to net a 550 futures floor. If you were to do 100% of your production, and let's say it's 100,000 bushels, you'd be looking at $550,000. Really simple price floor with these puts. Now, what if the market goes up? Well, again, you're not obligated in this put scenario. So if futures at expiration are at $10, you're going to subtract out the 50 cents you paid in premium, and you're going to have a $9.50 price. I think most guys, if that were the scenario, can live with that. But again, the main point here is that when you're in an uncertain environment, this is a good way to get a price floor set. You know what your bottom line revenue is as far as a gross number, and then move on. So here's the more complicated version, if you will, maybe a little bit more of a marketing plan. But let's say you have 700 acres of corn, 200 bushels an acre. You got 75% coverage, 105,000 bushels, and you do 60% of your insured bushels on puts. You can see in the table below, where your revenues are going to come out. That 550 area is kind of key. If you were to do 100% of your production at you would be at that 550 area. So again, as you go down the table with that extra third open, you're going to take a little bit of a hit, but you're going to be better off than if you had a bunch of bushels down at 450. On the other hand, if you go all the way up to 8, you're not going to get the full 8. But again, I think we can live with that number as you go through the year. Less stress, hopefully. Brokers, advisors generally are an unbiased third party, and what we mean by that is we tend to not have the emotional connection to the crop. Whether that's good or bad, that's just generally the facts. And what we try and do, or brokers try and do, advisors try and do, is help you eliminate some risk. What can we kind of control? Again, we can't control the weather, planting dates, war, alien invasion, crop circles, whatever. We can control, hey, here's where prices are at. Can we make some educated decisions to help protect some revenue out there? The other thing we like to ask ourselves is, what do you enjoy doing when you're trying to make these decisions? Do you like staring at charts all day? Do you like trying to outguess the USDA report? Do you like trying to figure out whether 6 counties over had good planting or they didn't? Or do you like spending time with your family and hauling grain and going to sports and having a little bit of peace of mind? And in our opinion, that's, again, where these puts can come into play. Very key point here. We almost titled this Love Puts, but we decided to change it to Like, because we don't want you to love puts. What they are really in our mind is like a coin toss at a football game. And what you get is you get to defer your decision and see what happens. So again, going back to the $6 example, if you got those puts in place, you know that you've got a 550 floor, and let's defer our decision to make any more sales until we know what our production is, what's going on in South America, let's say, what have you. But at the end of the day, if things don't go exactly how we want it, at least we know we're in that 550 area. The other thing why we say don't love puts is you start to get into the option rolling. Okay, and maybe that's probably a little bit better for your broker than it is for you. And what you have to ask yourself as you sit here and roll options, what are you doing to your bottom line? If you spend that 50 cents here on the $6 put, okay, and the markets come way down and you don't move the grain, let's say, and you want to do another put, maybe you're spending another 20 cents. Okay, that might, if the markets don't improve, you might be now 70 cents off of a net price. So just kind of keep that in mind. We kind of like to use a put maybe one time, get it in place, and either if the markets go up, make some cash sales and lift. If the markets go down, you know, it was a good hedge, lift out of it and regroup. Last thoughts in here, like we said, flexibility. You've got the price floor. You should have some decent peace of mind. If the market goes higher, you can sell into it. It should give you some confidence that in times where you don't really know where your bushels are at, you can at least get some revenue secured, and get started with your marketing. And as you go forward, again, you can lift out of those if you'd like, as you start to know more about your crop. A little easier to project revenue. Again, we're basing this on the fact that you can set a price floor. With that option, like compared to cash, you're not left to your own discipline to do that. Okay, the put is there and it's set for you. Hopefully this brings mental clarity. That's what we are trying to make a point in here, is that it can relax your marketing, take away some of the things that you can't control, like all of the constant price fluctuations, and just focus on farming and your revenue. And the final key piece, again, is just try not to roll too much. Although your brokers and advisors and elevators make a commission, they don't need to make all the commissions. So again, we hope you find this helpful. Leave us a comment down below. We'd like to hear what you think. If you use puts, if you don't, why you like them, why you don't. And if you didn't catch our cash marketing one, I will have a link up to that here below, above as well. And we look forward to seeing everybody next week. Make sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week. Have a great day.